me fair munti no wamo say my why mini dama. We need the no. Na mo fisa me yasanseni. Hwe. Uhumi ana wo ye ma show afede we ni bomb so pena we say hwan poni. Na na nyame nsa no. Afede wo humi tutu. Mana mo say me ya junkie ne sabusu bu kebi. Shame on you too. Afede me hu say me makobole yonki. Hwe no. Kene ne musa monkey. If I check, I just say you the hungry. Why you yank about that social boski? Me woo ya de nanya metiase. When they menya pe will be an inviase. Man, I made a bench so I fly. One will be for handkerchief from the Pamania. What else? Nanya many a wakano never more. Swabi ponina tutu. So my body don't lose God, can't walk for my door. Everybody singing hallelujah, hallelujah. Everybody singing hallelujah.
Hello, good evening. Once again, Keymama is in the house. ACRTv, African Caribbean Radio and TV show. Today is a wonderful day. You know, the weather is nice. Although, you know, we're hustling, bustling all out there. But hey, we are here once again. Today I have a special guest in the house, AKUA TOKUNBOH. And we're going to have a wonderful conversation today. So here we are, AKUA TOKUNBOH. Welcome to ACRTv Keymama Show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, great. I'm going to give you the platform to tell the listeners and the viewers about yourself.
Okay. So my name is AKUA TOKUNBOH. I'm half Ghanaian, half Nigerian. I was raised in Ghana. I speak the Ghanaian language. I went to school in Ghana. Very close with my Ghanaian side of the family. So I represent Ghana fully and wholeheartedly. I moved here to the United States when I was 15. Moved here with my family. Attended school here, and then graduated college, did a bachelor's in chemistry business, and then pursued my doctorate in pharmacy. So now I'm a licensed pharmacist. I practice in the state of Kansas, and I pursued this pageant because I was very passionate about something that my grandmother went through. She was diabetic, and her diabetes was not well controlled. She had several complications and passed away from it. And it's something that I'm so passionate about, that is why I made it my platform for this pageant, and is why I want to make an impact in Ghana and in Africa in general through that platform.
Oh, so you enter into the pageant because of the disease your grandma passed away?
Yeah, that's the main goal, because the pageant, even though it's a pageant, it's the prize is that it gives you the opportunity to go back home and implement whatever your platform is.
Oh, okay. So it's not like ordinary.
It's not all about show and all that.
Oh, okay.
Even though that's part of it, because once you say pageant, you have to make sure the person is poised and they can speak in front of people, and all of that comes with it. But if you really think about it, all of that comes with trying to organize an event for whatever your platform is. You have to be able to stand in front of people and conduct yourself and take the lead in that same manner. So the pageant is different from most pageants you will see, in the sense that it really feeds into the whole diaspora. It makes you literally go back home and try and execute something that you're passionate about to help your community back home. So
honestly, looking at you with your education background and your career, you don't look like pharmacy. Honestly,
I look a lot
you are
younger.
in the model, profession, not in the pharmacy, counting.
Because I'm a pharmacist doesn't mean I shouldn't look nice.
I didn't say you
I'm kidding.
look nice.
I'm kidding.
But it's like I'm looking at a pharmacist with your doctorate degree and everything, and at the same time you are Miss Ghana U.S.A. So who are you? I'm kind of confused because pharmacy is supposed to have your scrubs, being there, everything straight,
and and a lot of people, most pharmacists are like that. That's the norm. That's really the norm. And so I don't fault you at all for being surprised about that. But I am breaking out and trying to do something different.
Okay.
I am trying to do something. I'm trying to reach larger audiences, and what I've noticed is there's certain things that conduct more attention than others, and pageantry is one of them. And if my goal is really to spread a message and and try and touch as many people out there as much as possible, and even if I'm able to get someone to think about diabetes, or just be curious enough to go online and Google and find out what it's about, that is some level of awareness. So and that's why I chose that route with the whole pageantry.
To be a pageant.
Yeah.
And the first time you step foot on stage, how did you feel?
Oh my gosh. I felt like butterflies. I didn't even feel like I had a stomach. It was just butterflies.
You didn't go down like
I first time I went on
stage.
stage, I remember the first thing I remember thinking was the lights, just how much lights were in my face, and how you want to react to that, but you have to keep smiling. You have to keep smiling. The show is going on. You have to remember,
just have to keep smiling.
You have to keep smiling. You have to realize that all eyes are on you at that moment, and even though you're nervous, there's a lot of things rushing through your head. Your heart's beating, even as you're talking to people. And when I was talking, I was afraid that people would hear. They would hear my voice shaking from my heart beating, But it's really something. It's a rush. It's really important to practice before you get to that point, because there's nothing that can prepare you for how you're going to respond to the spotlight.
Oh, they don't prepare you.
There's nothing. No, they do prepare you. They do talk about it. They do coach you through it. But on your own, you have to practice, because there's nothing else. Even with practice, the day of the show, you step on there, the tiniest thing can trigger you. You can go left. So the more practice, the more grounded you feel, the more you can improvise and dodge the curveballs and come back and stay on track. So the practice was definitely important, but it felt really, really nerve-wracking, but we were able to get it.
How many contestants were in?
There were 12 total, including me.
From different countries?
It was from all. Are you talking about the Miss Ghana U.S.A. or the Miss Africa?
Miss Ghana,
yeah. For the Miss Ghana, they were all of Ghanaian descent. They didn't. You didn't necessarily have to be 100% from Ghana. Hence why I qualified, but they were from Ghana. Either both parents, one parent.
Mix.
But yeah, a mix. So they were from Ghana. There were 12 of us, and we represented the 10 regions of Ghana. A couple of us had to represent. 2 people had to represent the same region, because there's only 10 regions and there was 12 of us. So yeah, there was just 12 girls. They were all gorgeous girls, smart, intelligent, strong platforms, and so it was quite interesting. But by God's grace, we pulled through, and here we are.
How did you do it? Because with all these beautiful young ladies, what did you do different?
I think
make you stand out.
For one, this is one thing that I also kind of try to promote on the side as I go around talking to people, because a lot of young girls will look up to you when you have a title, when you're wearing a crown, when you're talking to people, spreading a message. So your appearance is important, because they emulate you, they draw from you, they try and be like you. So one thing I try to promote is African beauty and being confident in your own
you
look.
Have a natural
like natural hair.
Oh,
yeah,
this is
all me.
How come yours is soft and mine is like kind of kinky?
We all have different textures, but But I think for me, that's one thing I did different. The day of the show, I wore my natural hair. Um, I don't think that necessarily that's why I won, but I think that definitely set me apart.
Okay.
Um,
The other ones have,
everybody else had a weave, or I think there was only one other girl who had dreads, but um, and I mean, not to knock on weave, because sometimes I wear a weave. For me, it's more of a convenience thing. I wear weaves because it's convenient. I feel like I've met some people, and this is not to say that it was the girls from the pageant, but I've met people who cannot step outside of the house if they don't have their weave, and then
yes, I know.
and then to me, I don't like that, because what that is, the message that sends is, my hair is not good enough. I am not good enough, and so I think that helped me definitely stand out for sure.
I think you should know by now that Keymama Show, I try to mix the languages so everybody will enjoy Keymama Show at ACRTv. Many animal mutia mo share so no. Yeni aba AKUA TOKUNBOH ne wahaya Miss Ghana U.S.A na. Se no owiawi ankaka no akofa Africa na bo no ho so. Nti no eno ne nkomo a ene ye di wo ACRTv efie ha. Na ochina nyame ya adom nso a ne crown no hye no ye ba ba si ne ohema afoforo a e wo so de ko hye no nti na we free cancer stone aba ene numre a waba Keymama Show a ye di nkomo se ne be ye ochina no ye the information ne be mamo na mo tumi abe support so ye nuanom ne ye ma like omugina ho e ahofe enidie adisuan so a chese omugina ho girls no mo e wow sani America no ati ase e wo game no ni wi atwi ye minji wonyami yotokunbo be ne yo ACRTv bi ene Keymama Show ne won gbasane bonife ne be bachon Miss Ghana U.S.A ni bi ane buehina koni next month Kedi, and you're correct. And next month, I stand for Miss Africa U.S.A. Now, ula anita shi, school sang pharmacy, ebanye ma prescription habu. Ke diabetes born ebanye chombo chofano ba ako koni no fiano ya no pepepe. Iwo be no ji sandini wo ba ni wo wonwe blufu aminke hani wo nyeme. Kokloni amenu wo wiemo amenu amenu shishi ya ke station ni wo yo bole Africa fe jele mi nko ke wa awie wo wiemo pe bole awa ke Keymama ya one side wo ke fe bole ten ke nya ke mi fra nyojimi wo wiemo fe mi wo ke futu onoga
a little bit
onoga few okay
few.
We're going to move on.
Okay.
So when you want, I'm taking you back.
Yeah. Oh man.
So people.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when they
yeah.
start calling, I think they call the first, maybe how many? First
the
five.
first 5. Yeah. They did the first 5. So then after that, they took all the 5 into one room.
You don't know which side you are.
One soundproof room, and then they call us out one by one to ask us the same question.
What was the question, if you remember?
Oh, let's see. Why should you be Miss Ghana U.S.A?
Simple. So what did you say?
Simple.
It sounds simple.
I know.
Oh my God.
Because you don't know what the question is gonna be. Your mind is racing. Oh, okay, let me prepare here,
so
here,
you
here.
prepare like.
And you get there, and you're like, oh, that's it.
Then you forget.
Exactly. Then you're like, oh man.
Exactly.
Now you're like, oh man.
So.
I've been saying all these plenty things. Now I'm here. Say why you should be. I'm standing here. I don't know what to say.
So why? How did you answer? Because I'm trying to figure out how you beat all these 12 beautiful, smart people like you. And
I think, and I'll give a little tip here. I think the key to, especially on that level, you've made top 5.
Mm-hmm.
The most important thing is to make your answer short and sweet. Straight to the point.
Short and spicy.
Exactly. Because that was when a lot of girls started talking a lot. Like it was going
It's
on
not
and
their
on.
fault.
Yeah, you're nervous. I get it. You're nervous. But my best friend was very helpful with helping me prepare for this pageant. And one thing we practiced was 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
I just wanted
Time
to
yourself.
hear your answer.
So my answer was okay. So I feel like Miss Ghana U.S.A. should be somebody who can relate to the Ghanaian population as well as the American population. She should be articulate. She should be compassionate. She should be approachable. She should be passionate for her cause and be able to speak to both audiences. I feel like I embody those qualities, and that's why I should be Miss Ghana U.S.A.
Wow, that's it.
That's it.
That's all. And the rest came with the whole like 2 pages. To read
Exactly.
history from their grandma to the current.
Exactly. And
Wow.
and I think it's just humanly, like when you get put on the spot like that, you get into a mode of, okay, this is my shot. I gotta put it all out there. So then it's so easy to fall into that, and that's where I feel like a lot of the girls kind of went a little bit over on time. But yeah, that's the answer I gave, and
I like it.
it gave. I mean, there was a great response to it, and I got called as the winner. So
Here.
I know.
You're standing there.
It was amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
Right?
The funny thing is, I was so shocked that I didn't cry until the next morning. I was so shocked. I woke up the next morning, and I was like, "Yeah, I think the pageant already happened." So I opened my eyes and look, and on the dresser is a crown and a sash, and then I started crying.
So at that moment, you felt like you were in a la la land.
Yeah, I felt like you've been preparing for so many months, so you're still in preparation mode. You're still. I mean, the night is over and everything, but your mind is still in prep mode. So it wasn't until everything was over then it hit me. So I mean, it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Have you been mentoring the current Miss Ghana, because you live far?
Yeah, I live far, but thank God for social media, and a lot of them have contacted me on Instagram and asked questions.
How you did it?
This shoe or that shoe, this outfit, or what do they expect from me? And I keep on posting, encouraging them. Hey, if you have questions, let me know, because I know there's a disadvantage that I'm so far. But the wonderful thing about our day and age today is social media makes us only a click away, only a text away. So I have been communicating and answering questions with the pageant girls. I'm sure if I was closer, it would be a lot more frequent than more than I would like it to be. But definitely, I met them tonight. Actually, I just came from the rehearsal, and they're either excited, they're practicing, and I look at them like, oh, I remember when I was standing right there, and I see how like they're getting along, and it's really neat. So it's gonna be a great show tomorrow. I know.
I'm gonna be there definitely.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'm gonna I don't want to show you my house because it's tomorrow. I'm robbing it. But you have any plans of, like, you live in Kansas, to have like a mentoring group, or to train them towards to?
I actually, thanks for asking, because I've actually thought about.
Because you're a woman of many talents.
I've actually thought about pageant coaching, because I feel like a lot of people have misconceptions of what pageants should be. Thankfully, the Miss Ghana U.S.A. organization and the Miss Africa U.S.A. organization both have, it's not just a pageant, it's not about looks. There's something substantial behind it. And, when these girls, or when the queens win and you look over their year, you can actually see proof of things that they have done. So that it's not just, it's not just talk or anything like that. We partner with actual organizations. Like, for example, in January, I was able to go back to Ghana, to ACRTv, a local company in Wichita donated glucometers and test strips and lancets, which we donated to the clinic there in ACRTv. So now people have access to testing their blood sugar. That's you've impacted somebody's life doing that. the other queens, they have their platform too, education for kids. I remember another one was feeding. I think they had like a buffet for a couple of days for the children. It sounds little, and yeah, it might not be long term, but that's the whole goal, is to start somewhere so that we can open discussion for finding solutions to making it something that's sustainable. So that I'm thankful that it's not just a beauty thing, and it feeds into a lot of issues that we as Africans face when we come here in the U.S. So I've thought about being a pageant coach, sharing my experiences, things that I feel like I could have done different, sponsors that I probably should have approached, how to approach a sponsor, how to balance those relationships, just all of that. The PR, you have to, winning, I learned how to promote myself this year, big time. You have to learn.
Yourself.
Yeah, you have to learn. You have to learn. I mean, otherwise, no one's gonna do it for you. No one's gonna do it for you. You have to learn.
It, nobody will do it, and if somebody else is doing it,
it won't be the same.
It's better for you to do it yourself.
Exactly. It won't be the same. So these are all things that you don't really get a heads up about once you win the crown. Then what? Okay, you won the crown. Then what? It's so I feel like I'm working on compiling different. I call them golden pearls, or pearls of wisdom that I've learned throughout this process that I can pass down to other contestants, so that they at least have an advantage going in.
The question, I'm stepping back again. You have plans to be a coach.
Yes.
A beauty pageant. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to be Miss Ghana, Miss Africa, Miss Senegal, you name it. She's gonna start soon, and once you contact Keymama, you got it. And definitely, if you do your best and you do your part, you might be Miss whichever country you're going to represent.
For sure.
You have to put in the hard work.
Exactly. It's not easy.
The question now is, you're a pharmacist. Did your parents really rally for you? Oh, I pay all this tuition for you to be a pharmacist. How come now you're going to be a beauty, whatever party you wanted to change the plan that we have for you? You know how African
What are you
trying to do? That means you don't want to be a pharmacy anymore.
Yeah, see, the thing is, thankfully my mom was, she was supportive. My dad was supportive too, but he didn't see the point of why I was. He was like, "What are you? What he calls me princess? Yeah, he calls me princess. Are you sure? Why are you wasting your time? So thankfully, the thing about pageantry is, just because you're doing the pageant doesn't mean that you can't. Live your normal life. Your pageant is not 24/7. Pageantry is according to appearances you have to make. It's according to you make time. You cut out time for those things. I'm a pharmacist first. That's my priority, and then the pageant comes second. So it makes it easy for sure. It makes it easy for sure that my platform is one of the things I see when I work as a pharmacist. Because then I'm killing two birds with one stone as I go along. But I think the major thing.
This both at the same time.
Yeah, I'm able to make changes in people's medication therapy. I'm able to counsel them on how to use medication. I call the doctor and suggest different doses if necessary. I monitor the drug interactions for different disease states, but also for diabetes. So, and then you pick up on things. You see things that you're like, oh, okay, well, this is something cool that I could probably add to the project we're doing when I go back. Like this is you flag something that is not being addressed, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's something I could probably address too when I go to Ghana or whatever. So that's the beauty of it, is that because if you're a pageant, you're doing pageantry, doesn't mean that the rest of your life has to stop. And so it's about learning to multitask, and so that's the main thing.
You're a marvelous
Thank
woman.
you, thank you.
Which I know the viewers and listeners really admiring your hard work.
Thank
and
you.
They know that you can balance the two. If you do it right, you can go far.
For sure.
Now you are working towards to become Miss Africa U.S.A.
Yes, I am.
I know you're gonna nail it.
Amen. Thank you. Thanks for your vote of confidence.
Oh, yeah, I know, I can feel it, you know, but it's up to you.
Yes.
I see freeze right there. Where is the location? Tomorrow is the event.
Tomorrow is the event for the Miss Ghana U.S.A.
Right.
Yeah. It's going to be at Alvin Ailey Theater. I believe it's 450 55th Street. In New York, New York. There's a dance theater, very popular theater. You can't miss it. Just Google it; it'll be right there.
I've been there before.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's Alvin Alvin Ailey Ailey Dance Theater. So it's gonna be tomorrow, starting at 4:30. There'll be a red carpet event. Then the show starts.
What time?
The show starts, I believe it's at 6 or 5 o'clock. 5 to 6 o'clock is when the doors open. So I would recommend getting there early. You get to enjoy the red carpet, take photos, show off your outfits.
Mm-hmm.
It's all part of, preparing you for this show. And so it's going to be a great time. We have 10 girls who are going to be on stage vying for the crown. We have some amazing performers who will be opening up the show.
Okay.
And I get to crown the next queen. So I'm really
You're
excited about that. Yes, I am. So I'm looking forward to seeing all the viewers out there. Come by, say hi. I wanna say hi. I wanna hear you guys say I saw you on Keymama Show. So yeah, tomorrow we're ready.
Tomorrow is the day. Kenya Mbonnet where what Miss Ghana, Manhattan. Ni crown about mohe and about wole. Be an etobody in Kenya, a work towards neighbor Miss Africa, or fair on solid, Miss Africa U.S.A. on solid 100. You know, bomb pie, and then they may say, see, and Jagana for night the fasting at them. You're fasting and then says, or when or your beer. As a pharmacist, as Miss Ghana U.S.A, going towards Selby Miss Africa U.S.A. Obi wo ha go church no. Na me dey back as a bodyguard there. But nyame ayadum. Or wo ho abeboa. She's helping people with diabetes, how to prevent it, how to maintain the level, your sugar level. We're going to get there. When we take a break, when we come back, we're going to focus on